All right, BarNaturalPrez, talk to the people, man. Let them know what's getting ready to go down.
Yo, what it is, you're back with the Prez, and today I'm going to show you the top back exercises you guys should be doing. This is a whole routine. You're trying to get a back workout in, I'm going to take you through every muscle, the main muscles in the back, how to train them, and each exercise for each muscle group. So, let's get it popping. So we're going to start on a horizontal bar, preferably a dip bar or a low pull-up bar that's about waist high or lower. So we start with rows on here. Single joint movement, we're going to try to get isolating the whole back here. This is going to target lats, rhomboids, upper traps, teres major, everything. A little bit of your lower back's going to be engaged. Your erector spinae, one, because everything has to be engaged. Remember, your body's engaged, legs together, glutes are engaged, core is tight. Your core does not only mean your stomach, your core includes your lower back. Your lower back, your erector spinae, all that area is still considered your core. So just holding your body tight, even in this position, in plank position, still gonna train that lower back area. But exercise one, we're gonna do for isolating the whole back right now. Again, it's gonna train the lats, you're gonna get a nice lat stretch, you're gonna train the scapula, and I'm gonna show you exactly how you should be working this movement, full range of motion. Body rows. So, best way to start sitting right under the bar. You want your legs flat on the floor, feet pointed forward. All you're gonna do, first things first, squeeze your glutes to get up. Get in that line. Now, you're gonna pull your, first things first, you're gonna pull your shoulders back like this. Retract. Look, straight arms, all I'm doing is pinching my shoulder blades back. That's gonna engage your scapula. Look, no engagement of the scapula, scapula engagement. Now, all we're gonna do, pull chest to bar. One, chest to bar. Slowing it down. So, that's the number one exercise you guys should be warming up with. Body weight rows. It's going to pump a lot of blood around the entire back. So, that eccentric down is going to be a nice lat stretch. You're going to stretch out the whole scapula. You engaging that one, this movement right here, from your shoulders being forward to you retracting back, that's engaging the entire rhomboid, the trap, the scapula. You want your scapula locked in back. Once your scapula is locked in place like this, that's when you start the row motion. That's when you bring your elbows back. You want to initiate the pull by bringing the elbows back. You don't want to pull from your arms. You don't want to pull by pulling your arms to the bar. You want to initiate, imagine in your head, you're pulling your chest to the bar by driving your elbows back. It's going to really target a lot of the traps, the rhomboids, upper back, and again, erector spinae is going to be engaged because you have to hold that line. You have to stay tight here, and the lats are going to get that nice stretch when you go forward, and bringing your elbows back. It's going to engage all those lat muscles. So that's the first exercise. And now everybody thinks the only way you could work back is in pulling motions. That is not true. So this is my standard. What I would do after I do body rows as my first exercise in a back movement, I'm going to go into a pushing exercise that is going to work the most underused and underrated exercise in your back, which is your scapula. Scapula involves, if you need to have a strong scapula to do planches, you need to have a strong scapula to do front levers, you need to have a strong scapula to be able to rep out on the bar. That muscle is a crucial muscle in every pulling motion or every pulling exercise in your body, and it's also the most undertrained muscle. So scapular engagement comes from protraction. Protraction means you're rounding your body forward. Look, my arms are forward. This is your scapula, this middle muscle. This is how you, now retraction, you pull your arms back. Look, my arms are straight. There's no movement in my arms. The movement is coming from the scapular muscle. So now I'm reaching forward, I'm spreading. So imagine your head, guys, protraction. Imagine this being your back, your scapula. When you're doing protraction, you're spreading the scapula apart. So look, protraction, I'm spreading the scapula apart. Retraction, I'm bringing it together. So protraction, arms are going forward. Now look at my hands, guys. Retraction, I'm bringing the scap together like that. Protraction, pulling it apart. Retraction, bringing it together. So, like I said, protraction, retraction. Now, you do not only have to do pulling exercises for your lats. Lift it up. Give me some more. Oh shit, hit him with the switch up, fresh gloves. But we're gonna do, now like I said, you don't always gotta do pulling exercise for your back, so we're gonna train our scapula now. So right after doing those body rows, like I said, they're gonna engage your whole back, lats, rhomboids, they are gonna engage the scapula, trap muscles, everything, rectus spinae. We're gonna go on the floor for this. We're gonna do a full scapular exercise. This is only gonna target your scapula. Full back workout. It's a full back exercise. Meaning, I don't mean in your whole back, I mean, this isn't a back isolating exercise. Remember, it's gonna be a push exercise, not a pull, but it's gonna engage your whole scap. So watch, what we're gonna do, we're gonna go on the floor, push up position, arms are staying straight. Look guys, there's gonna be no movement in my arms, nothing like this. My arms will be locked out the whole time. George, come on top. So, ready? Ready? Protraction of the scapula. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna get into protraction now. I am pushing the floor down, rounding my back, rounding the scapula up. This is protraction of the back. Ready? I'm going to go into a depression, which would simulate retraction of the scap. Ready? No movement in the arms. I'm just going to sink my shoulder blades in. Now, from here, how do you get back up? Up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. And that's how you rep scapular pushes. Now again, even though it's a push exercise, it is a back isolating movement. You're isolating the scapula, which is a back muscle. So, exercise 1, body rows. Straight from there, scapular work. Now think about it guys, you're working opposing forces. On the rows, what are you doing? You're pulling. On the presses, on the pushes, you're pushing, but your body is simulating that same position. When you're in a row, that locked out position, flip it upside down, you're in a push-up position. So now again, with those movements, remember guys, no movement of the arms. So if you're on the floor to get in that protraction, you're pushing the floor down, rounding at the scap, and then to get back in, you're letting your shoulder blades sink and depress. No movement in the arms, just boom, 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 boom. That's how you train the scap. We're gonna do exercise 3, which you guys should be doing. Another scapular exercise from the bar. Now, besides only targeting your scap, this is also going to involve some traps, a little bit of rhomboids. This is again going to be a straight arm movement. There won't be any bending at the elbows. This is again going to be more scapular work. And scapular comes protraction, retraction. Now we're going to go into depression and elevation. So, watch. We're going to hang from the pull-up bar. Dead hang first. I'm going to face this way so y'all can see. Dead hang. Ready, guys? How am I going to raise my scapula? I'm going to shrug my shoulders up, simulating a shrug up, which is a scapula pull down. So what are you doing? See, look, straight arms. And then, once you get stronger, you can start pulling back even more and more. Start engaging a little more rectus spinae, a little more core will get involved now too. Remember, core is not just your front, you're gonna start hitting the low back. And those scapular pulls, those scapular raises are a key exercise for those looking against those more advanced moves, such as the front lever and everything, because you have to have a really strong scapular pull and scapular engagement to hold that solid front line in a front lever. So, we took it from the parallel bars, target the whole back, warm up, get blood flowing. Then we went to scapular pushes, scapular pulls on the pull-up bar. Now we're gonna start working the lats. And everyone knows, best exercise for your lats, pull-ups, chin-ups. Chin-ups involve a little more biceps, pull-ups are gonna involve more lats. So, I'll just give you one variation of each, and I'll give you 2 variations of the pull, so 3 total variations right now. So if you're a beginner, you're not too strong at pull-ups yet, you could work on a little more chin-ups to get your strength up. Remember, chin-ups gonna involve a little more biceps, but they're gonna target a lot of lats, a lot of back. So, you can do close grip, you can do about shoulder width apart. We'll do shoulder width apart for the demonstration. Dead hang. First thing you guys wanna do, always in a pulling movement, is engage the scap. So look, no movement in the biceps, no movement in the arm. All I'm doing is lifting my shoulder blades and my scap is going down. Now from here, my scap's engaged. Up. Now, as you guys see, when I do my chin, you're gonna come to the side again, George. I keep that arch in my back. So when you engage your scapula and you pull up, it's gonna create a slight arch. That's how you're gonna get full contraction of the back. You're gonna get a nice lat stretch, a nice lat contraction. Also, your scapula is gonna become engaged. So there's two variations. Now again, arch back is gonna have more muscle recruitment. Once you bring your chin over the bar, there's gonna be a little bit of resistance loss, because now you're no longer engaging that muscle here. Once you go chin over the bar, you're basically now in an isometric hold. You're coming to the point of full lockout, full contraction. And when you're at full contraction, the resistance is there, but your body is in an isometric hold, so you're not forcing really against, you basically lose that resistance, you lose that lockout point. So holding here, chin above the bar, is an isometric hold. Coming up here, keeping your scapula retracted, is gonna allow that constant tension on the lats. So, come from the sides, I'm gonna show you both variations. So, first I'm gonna do chin over the bar to show you the isometric variation where you lose that tension a little bit in the lats, where the focus becomes more on the biceps and a little more upper back. The lat engagement is not gonna be as much when I'm holding straight chin over the bar, so watch. Ready? Retract, chin over the bar. A lot of bicep engagement. Down, retract, pull back here, here, here. The lat never loses its tension. You don't come to that full point of contraction where the lat is a little bit less under stress. If you keep it here with that retraction and that arch in your back, the lat will stay constantly stretched out, and it will never lose that point. So on the eccentric, it stays stretched, and on the concentric, it keeps that tension right here. Once you come all the way down here, which would simulate the chin over the bar, bicep takes over a little more of the work. So, chin ups if you're not that strong in pull-ups. Now again, now we're gonna go to pull-ups, regular variation. Again, when you're doing a pulling motion, you wanna imagine that you're bringing your chest to the bar. That's how you're gonna really get a nice pull. But you wanna imagine you're initiating the pull from the elbows. I'm gonna repeat that. Initiate the pull from the elbows. Don't use your biceps, don't use your forearms to initiate a pulling motion. That's when you're gonna start fatiguing. That's when you're gonna feel it really, that's when you're really gonna feel it more in your arms than in the working muscles, what you wanna feel, which is the lats and the back muscles. So, pull-ups, remember, same thing as chin-ups. We wanna pull our body from our elbows down, and you wanna imagine you're getting your chest to the bar. So, this is how you're gonna set up, this is how you should, perfect form is setting up every pull-up set. Dead hang first, again, retract, engage the scapula, and then chest to bar. Boom, down, engage, up. So, pulling down from the elbows and trying to get your chest to the bar. That should be the goal. Don't worry about getting your chin over. That's the goal, obviously, to get your chin over the bar. But if you're focusing on pulling your chest to the bar, your chin will get over every time. And that's how you're gonna get a full contraction of the lats. Pull-ups, chin-ups. Now I'm gonna go into a wide grip variation, which will target the lats even more and give you that wider look. Are all excellent, and the top exercise you should be doing to really focus on lats and a wider back. So we're gonna go into wide grip pull-ups now. And now on these, you'll notice, I will keep the constant tension again. I will not come to full, I'll retract, and then each set, each rep, I'll come right before lockout, just there. So I really keep that tension, really keeping that, as you guys can see now, I'm not even using a bar yet, I'm not even have resistance yet. All I'm doing, wide, and you can see, really focusing upper lats here, and it's gonna really hit that middle, the rhomboids, teres major, teres minor also. So, wide grip pull-ups. First things first, contract, and then pull up. So, you guys looking for a wider back, pull-ups, chin-ups, wide grip pull-ups. That'll be an exercise you guys are gonna be really wanting to focus on to get that wider back look. Now, okay, so we started with the rows on the parallel bars, really focused on total back engagement. Then we went to the scapular pushes, scapular pulls to work on the scap muscles. Then we went into pulls, chin-ups, wide grip pull-ups, really focusing on the lats. Now let's focus on a little more of the erector muscles. So, one of the best exercises that people do in the gym for their lower back, bodybuilding exercises, strength building exercise, what do? Deadlifts. Deadlifts, great lower body exercise. Besides lower body, when you're holding that barbell up, you're really gonna target a lot of upper traps, a lot of rhomboids, total back engagement when you're deadlifting. But how can you simulate a deadlift when doing calisthenics? It can be done. So, what we're gonna do pike up, reverse bodyweight deadlift. So, we're gonna go on a pull-up bar. Now, I would say this is more of an intermediate to advanced move. So, if you're a beginner, I'll show you a variation that you guys can be working on also. So, but I'm just gonna show you how it should be done if you could bang this move out. All we're gonna do, we're gonna come to an L just like this, upside down. And now, stretch it out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, be aiming around 5 to 10 reps of that. It's a tough move. Really gonna feel that in your lower back, your erector spinae. Remember, core. It's gonna target a lot of front of your core, lower abdominals, just like deadlifts do, and it's gonna really focus on that back, that lower back muscle. Excellent workout to train for, excellent exercise to train for that front lever, and also just to get a straight arm pulling strength, because you're hanging upside down the whole time with a straight arm. Anytime your arms are straight and engaged, you're constantly keeping your lats engaged. So having that arm straight like this, it's constant lat engagement, time and attention on the lats. Doing that pike up, squeezing the glutes, all core involvement, holding that position up, coming down, just like this, simulating a deadlift. Just look at it, guys. Starting position, my body's in an L of a deadlift, ending position, straight up. Hanging on the bar, body's in an L, ending position, I'm straight up. I'm just upside down. So look, deadlift, here, straight up, bar, here, straight up. And now if you're a beginner and can't hold that full L to start, you're gonna just do it tucked. Come up like this, knees up, here, and then just raise up like that, here. Try to pull up just like that, just to start. It's gonna be a straight arm pull. Again, it's gonna focus a lot of lat engagement, but it's gonna force your lower back, your erector spinae, and your core to be engaged, because you gotta hold your body horizontal and not let it dip under. Excellent work for the lower back, and like I said, total core and all lat engagement. So, now we're gonna go one more exercise that you guys should be doing. Now a lot of people would consider this a muscle that you would work on a shoulder day, your traps. Remember, traps, they're still on the back of your body, so if you want to do like a typical back day, targeting all the muscles on your back, we have an exercise just that you could do in the park to target your traps. And again, remember, calisthenics is going to involve every muscle, because you don't want to have any loose limbs when you're doing any sets, or else it's going to be an ugly, sloppy set. So even though it's going to be a targeted exercise for your traps, it's going to have total body engagement. Core is going to be engaged, your glutes will be engaged, You get a little bit of upper back involvement too, rhomboids as well, and lats just for the stabilization. So this is gonna mimic what you would do in the gym with dumbbells, known as shrugs, which is the most common exercise you'll see people doing for their traps. So they'll hold 2 dumbbells here, or they'll hold a barbell here, and they'll do shrugs up. How can you do that with calisthenics? You're gonna find a parallel bar just like this. You're gonna come into a straight arm lift, which is called a dip support hold. You're gonna come into this hold right here, and all you're gonna do, keeping your arms straight. Remember guys, no bending in the arms here. Everything straight, just like doing that scapular work. What are we gonna do? Just let our shoulders sink, and then we're gonna press down on the bar, pressing down on the bar and elevating our shoulders. So, depress, elevate. Look at my arms, straight arms. Depress, elevate. Down, up. So how am I doing this, guys? Remember, simulating dumbbell shrugs. And how do you do a shrug in the gym with dumbbells or weight in your hands? How do you do a shrug in real life? Oh, I don't care. It's all good. Whatever. So imagine, this is a shrugging movement in real life. It's all good, right? You got 2 dumbbells, you're shrugging. Remember, you're on the bar.
Face that way when you do it, so I have the sun hit you.
Like I said, when you're on the bar, it's the same thing. No movement in the arms. Everything from the shoulder blades.
Yeah.
Here, everything tight. Remember, core engaged, legs straight. You don't want to be loose like this. Everything tight. Ready? Straight. Drop the shoulders. Straight arms. Depress. Up. Hold. Down. Complete trap isolation. It's going to also target some triceps, shoulders. Why? Because you're holding on the bar, stabilizing. Core is going to be engaged. But all this really going to target your traps. Work on that nice total fulfillment for the upper body. You don't want to, remember guys, you don't want too big of traps either. Because too big and too high of a traps are going to take away from that broad look. So if you have a high pinnacle of traps, it's going to take away that width. You want to have nice traps, you don't want to be flat like this. And to be honest, I probably got the weakest muscle on my body is my traps besides my calves. But I train them, I do train them often. This is a staple movement that I do in the park. I do shrugs, but again, you don't want too big of traps because it's gonna take away from the proportion of your physique. So I basically gave you a complete back routine you guys could do. 3 sets of rows, 3 sets of scapular push-ups, 10 to 12 reps, 10 to 12 reps on the rows. Scapular pulls. You want to keep the reps a little lower, aim for like 3 sets, 5 to 8 reps. You don't want to go too high on those. 3 sets, 5 to 8 reps. Then we're going to get into a pull motion. First, pulling motion when we're bending our arms. We're going to go on the pull-up bar. That's when you're going to either hit your chin-ups, your regular grip pull-ups, or your wide grip pull-ups. You're going to want to hit 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps of that. Right after that, finish off. And then we're going to hit them reverse body weight deadlifts. So for the deads, like I said, aiming for around 3 sets, 5 to 10 reps. That's gonna be a hard move. Remember, when you're doing deadlifts, you're not really repping them out in the gym. You're focused on heavy weight, controlling the weight, getting stronger with that. So same thing for those reverse body weight deadlifts. 3 sets, 5 to 10 reps. Just taking it straight from there. Right after you finish hitting the low back, you take it back up. We'll finish off with hitting our traps and our rhomboids and all that. And we'll end with those shrugs on the parallel bar. Remember, just like this. So let's walk through the whole routine quick. Real quick. Back to back to back. 3 sets of rows, starting like this. Feet on the floor. First thing you're gonna do, engage your glutes. Up, chest to bar. 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. Straight from there. Scapular push-ups on the floor. Remember, everything straight. No movement in the arms. First things first, depress the shoulders. Let them sink in. Up. Down. Up. Up. 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps. From there, scapular pull-ups. Remember, jump, complete dead hang. Retract. Come back down. Retract. Come back down. And as you get stronger, you'll start retracting more and more. And the way you're doing that is you're pulling the bar down. You're pulling, it's a straight arm pull. No bending in the arms. Once your scap is warmed up, then you're getting into your pulling exercises. 3 sets, 10 to 12 reps, pull-ups or chin-ups, whatever your level is. Or mix it up and do 4 sets. Do 2 sets of chins, 2 sets of pulls, if that's a level you could work at. So, either start with chin-ups, full dead hang, retract, engage, keep your back arched, boom. Or go to wide grip pull-ups. Remember, dead hang, engage, pull up, no lockout, no lockout. Or go to regular grip pull-ups with full range of motion each rep, boom, full lockout, engage, chest to the bar, boom, full lockout, engage, chest to the bar. From there, like I said, 3 sets or 4 sets if you want to mix it up, 2 and 2, 10 to 12 reps per set. Right after that, we come, and then in between each exercise, guys, so in between the rows to the scapular push-ups, you rest about 90 seconds, 2 minutes. In between the scapular push-ups to the scapular pulls, 90 seconds, 2-minute break. In between the scapular pulls to the regular push-ups, 90-second, 2-minute break. Right after you're done with the pull-ups, wait about 2 minutes. Fucking bothering me, bro. Right after that, you're gonna do the reverse bodyweight deadlifts. So, like I said, legs up, go straight. Back down, go straight. 3 sets, 5 to 10 reps of that.
How about the tuck joint? The tuck joint
for the easier variation. So, easier variation. All you're gonna do is stay tucked, and you're gonna raise your body up. So, tucked. All we're gonna work on doing, pulling straight up. Pulling straight up. Look, straight arm movement, guys. No bending. Pulling straight up. Pulling straight up. And when you come down from up here, it's gonna be total lower body and core engagement, because you're really trying to control your body and not let it drop back down. Straight from those, you come to the parallel bars to end it off with some trap work.
Face that way.
And that's a full back focused body weight only routine. So you ain't need no gym, no weights for none of that. So y'all already know. Like, comment, subscribe, follow That's Good Money for the routine. Holla at me on my page at BarNaturals. And like always, he puts the links to my page in the description. Don't forget, subscribe to That's Good Money page. Comment on this video. Let them know what you want to see next. And try this back routine out. Let me know what you guys think.
All right, thanks a lot, BarNaturals.
All right.
Prez, all right.